Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, current Exxon deal better than that signed by PPP government, says Minister Trotman. Health personnel deployed in Region 3. 30 psychologists certified, role in society and economy's development highlighted by Minister Ali. And government projects a US $2.1 million savings from PPDI power purchasing deal. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. And now for the details. We begin with post-cabinet roundup. Here is Stacey Carmichael.
Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman told the media today that a cabinet subcommittee is examining several proposals from small refineries to refine petroleum. He said that Trinidad and Tobago has made a formal request in this regard. However, government is exploring the possibility of having ExxonMobil undertaking this process.
So it was not a personal negotiating done by Raphael Trotman. It was a team that was both national and international in its nature. Insofar as our level of satisfaction, we are satisfied. There's no such thing as a law, I can tell you, as a perfect contract. There's no such thing as a perfect law. Each have to be improved on. The contract that we used was the 2012 model that had been generated after negotiations with Anadarko. And it was that model that we built upon.
Minister Trotman estimates that Guyana will earn approximately 12 to 14,000 barrels of oil daily. Further, he noted that several political and other factors, including the precedent set in the case of Guyana versus Suriname in the border dispute, were taken into consideration when arriving at the US $18 million in the form of a signing bonus. Meantime, Minister of State Joseph Harmon is assuring that in light of the present weather, the National Emergency Monitoring System remains activated on a 24-hour basis, with the 10 administrative regions being actively monitored.
Through social media, television, HF radio, mobile and landline telephones to ensure that there is timely and effective response to any incident with respect to the heavy rainfalls we've been receiving at the end of the year.
Minister Harmon said all efforts have been made to deploy heavy-duty equipment and to ensure cokers and sluices are operable in flood-prone areas. And finally, in Cabinet Roundup, the State Minister revealed that Cabinet is actively continuing its deliberations on the sugar industry's future.
Both with regards to the sugar estates to be retained in a right-sized configuration, as well as the portions of the industry to be divested. In this regard, Cabinet engaged the Board of Directors and the management of Gaisuco to obtain an updated position on the future plans of the corporation.
Those meetings will continue at the next cabinet meeting slated for January 2, 2018. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Health personnel have been deployed in Region 3 as flood relief efforts continue. Here's that report.
We were informed that there is in quantity the basic drug that would be needed in the event of vomiting, diarrhea, leptospirosis, and the regional health office has just brought another set of drugs. So we know that Canal No. 1 Health Center is well prepared for any eventualities as a result of the flooding.
According to the Regional Executive Officer Dennis Jaikaran, the region has been engaged in flood relief efforts.
We are on top of the situation, and we are going to continue to monitor the situation. We are going to continue to provide resources in an effort to have a relief and a lowering of the water in the canal. We are going to do the same thing to Canal No. 2, and so that the people of both Canal No. 1 and 2 would have that level of relief.
Persons are advised to take the necessary precautionary measures to prevent these flood-related illnesses.
If you have any symptoms of fever, of vomiting or diarrhea, we advise you to come to the health center as soon as possible.
Personnel will continue to be deployed in an effort to bring further relief to the flood-affected residents. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman says the 2016 ExxonMobil contract is an improvement of that signed by the PPP in 1999. Here are the details.
According to Natural Resources Minister Raphael Trotman, the 2016 agreement is an improvement on that signed onto by the former People's Progressive Party government in 1999. He explained, however, that it does not represent a full-fledged renegotiation of its content.
We sought to maintain the exact proportions of the grant that had been given by the PPP Civic Administration in 1999. We did not take a single millimeter, neither did we add a single millimeter to what had already been given to Exxon. It was not a negotiation of the manner and type that we are accustomed to, where we sit and have long back and forth over every clause, but we did make some minor adjustments.
According to ExxonMobil country manager Rod Henson, the new agreement has brought more benefits to Guyana.
Both parties could have lived with the existing agreement that we had at the time, but it was evident after our discovery that there were benefits to both parties if we re-looked at the agreement. In addition, it secured a range of additional benefits to Guyana for work commitments, training, local content, and increased fees and payments.
Under the new agreement released yesterday by the Ministry of the Presidency, the government was able to increase the annual rental fee from $240,000 per year to $1 million. Royalty payments from 0% annually to 2%, training fees from $45,000 annually to $300,000 annually, and an additional $300,000 for social responsibility and environmental support. Paul McCallum for InfoHub.
Residents of New Amsterdam in Region 6 now have access to 24 hours potable water following the commissioning of a filtration and an aeration system by the Guyana Water Incorporated. More from Renetta LaFleur.
GWI's Managing Director, Dr. Richard Van West-Charles, said ensuring residents have access to quality potable water is a commitment of this administration.
I cannot say to you a better quality of life is receiving water at a standpipe level. I cannot say to you that is acceptable. I can say to you what is acceptable, that you can have a shower in your house on the first floor, and that we should strive to ensure that you have water that you can drink from the tap.
Additionally, GWI commissioned a $4 million mini laboratory in Port Morant. According to Dr. Van West-Charles, the launch of this facility is part of GWI's mandate to supply quality water to everyone.
We want to ensure that the citizens have access to water which are equivalent to the standards established by WHO guidelines. And so these labs will move us in that direction by verifying that the water we produce and distribute is in accordance with WHO's guidelines.
The laboratory is expected to serve over 30,000 Region 6 residents and will also serve as a reference laboratory to verify the results from the Port Morant mini lab. Dr. Van West-Charles explained that test results will be made available to residents once requested. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
At the graduation exercise on Thursday for 30 psychologists from the American University of Peace Studies, Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali noted the significance of their role in the development of society and the national economy. Here's more.
Many of you are aware that there are numerous social ills that exist within Guyana. However, with the intervention of psychologists, I believe that we will see a decline in many of these social ills, which will lead to the empowerment of our people.
Minister Ali said psychologists contribute by working with persons to better understand and manage their emotions and behavior, thereby leading to a better life. She also commended the university for providing courses that foster social cohesion and aid the government's agenda in this area. Coordinator of private schools at the Ministry of Education, Budmati Singh, highlighted that the demand for psychologists is greater now than ever.
The world is fastly moving to that time when we would need to have appropriate client-psychologist ratio also. Why? Too many of our children are having childhood experiences that can affect them in a negative way for life. And unless they're afforded a platform where they can open up and assert their emotions with a trained and loving psychologist, those very experiences can impact the next generation.
Janelle Williams, Crystal Chandraban, and Mario Chung were the valedictorians. The American University of Peace Studies began its local operations in 2002. The government saved $2.1 million purchasing electricity from Power Producer and Distribution Incorporated in 2017. Janelle Williams tells us more.
The Power Producer and Distribution Incorporated, the company replaced Wärtsilä, has been collaborating with the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated to deliver reliable electricity. The state-owned PPDI has generated approximately 596,000 megawatts of electricity for this year, while GPL has been responsible for the distribution. PPDI charges the utility company a fixed rate of US 16.87 per megawatt of electricity as compared to Wärtsilä's proposed US 20.51 for 2017. At the Public Infrastructure Ministry's year-end press conference, Minister David Patterson noted that PPDI offered a better deal than Wärtsilä. The Chief Executive Officer, Aaron Fraser of PPDI, said,
in terms of the soundness of the decision to go from Wärtsilä to Guyana, you would appreciate that many multinationals have something called transfer pricing. And what we were seeing as Guyanese, it was significant as much as 700% markup on some items. In terms of the capabilities, so that's the transfer pricing. In terms of capabilities, there's no doubt that the team that we have at PPDI are competent enough to handle the technologies that we have. Say for the PLC technology.
For the past 11 months, the state-owned company has been making strides in the electricity sector, while at the same time augmenting Guyana's workforce. The Chief Executive Officer explained,
we were able to complete all the major engine overhauls, and there were 10 major engine overhauls in all. The performance guarantees that we've given to GPL, which is our only customer, they were all been met with the exception of the lube oil guarantee at Kingston. In the approval of our procurement manual by NPCAB, that too, as you would see, has proven a little challenge for us coming from the private sector into the public sector. You always have to be reminded that though your intentions might be honorable, that there's a process to follow, and the autonomy that we once enjoyed is no longer there. Of our technical and admin staff, which totals just about 104, I'm glad to report that we had an average of 23 training hours for each staff. In terms of safety, we had 0 industrial accidents for the period so far.
The company plans to launch a website in the first quarter of 2018. Janelle Williams reporting for InfoHub.
With efforts to revitalize the cooperative society movement in Guyana, the Ministry of Social Protection Labor Department will implement 4 new co-op movements on the coastland areas in 2018. Crystal Stahl has our final report.
The $12 million US funded project aims to create a minimum of 160 jobs for persons in the Mocha, Buxton, Bedford, Wacton, and Ithaca areas. According to the Chief Cooperatives Development Officer, Perlina Gift, the movement will take the form of a worker-type society to benefit the employees.
You can be a member of the society and be an employee of the society, because we are working towards creating employment for the unemployed. And so a person can be employed in a cooperative society and have the same benefits on it as outlined in the labor laws of Guyana.
According to Gift, the new approach will be introduced to other co-op societies since it is geared to attract more persons to the movement. She explained the 4 new co-op societies will function as the pilot groups for a rural agriculture infrastructure development program managed under the Ministry of Agriculture.
These 4 groups are expected to have funding of over $12 million US dollars. The funding will provide all the equipment and whatever seedlings that they will require it because it's agriculture based.
The Guyana National Co-op Union has been revitalized and has since revised several regional unions across the country. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
On behalf of the staff of the Department of Public Information, we do wish that you have a happy new year and stay safe. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.